Hello guys, today we're breaking down some of the wildest moments in NBA history, from players who made it to the All-Star game by bending the rules, to locker rooms cleared out because one player refused to shower. This is the story of NBA players whose antics were so out of bounds that they forced rule changes. Let's dive in. When it comes to players manipulating the game, nobody tops James Harden. He went from averaging just 9.9 points per game as a bench player for the Thunder to a superstar scoring 25.9 points per game with the Rockets. This kind of rapid improvement raised eyebrows, so the NBA started keeping an eye on him. And it wasn't long before they caught him using a tactic to draw fouls at a shocking rate. During his first year in Houston, Harden nearly tripled his free throw attempts per game. To put this in perspective, in 2012, Harden averaged 10 free throws per game while LeBron averaged only 7. Harden had figured out a way to draw fouls by locking arms with defenders, forcing referees to call fouls in his favor.
Harden did a real good job of using the old vet move. Lock his arm. Don't let him get it out of it. Hold it there, James.
Yeah. And guess who gets the foul? Josh Hart, the rookie.
As a result, the NBA introduced the Harden Rule in 2017, which states that a foul can no longer be called if the offensive player is the one creating the contact. But Harden wasn't the only player who forced rule changes. Let's talk about one of the biggest NBA players ever, Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq was practically unstoppable in the paint, standing 7 feet tall and weighing 324 pounds. But he had one major weakness: free throws. Shaq was a career 52% free throw shooter, and this inspired a strategy called Hack-a-Shaq.
And there, the Hack-a-Shaq. We saw this in both games 1 and 2 in San Antonio.
Teams would intentionally foul Shaq, forcing him to the free throw line, knowing he'd miss more than half of his attempts. Shaq was so furious about this that he went straight to the NBA commissioner, threatening to take matters into his own hands if the tactic wasn't stopped. The NBA responded with a new rule stating that any foul away from the ball in the last 2 minutes would award the fouled team both a free throw and possession. Next up is Zaza Pachulia, who holds the record for causing the most rule changes in a single season. In 2017, Pachulia, an average player, suddenly found himself leading in All-Star votes, outpacing big names like Kawhi Leonard, DeMarcus Cousins, and Anthony Davis. It turned out that Pachulia's entire country of Georgia rallied to vote for him, skewing the results. In response, the NBA created the Zaza Rule, reducing the influence of fan votes in the All-Star selection process by 50%. But that wasn't the end of Zaza's influence on the NBA rulebook. During the 2017 playoffs, he injured Kawhi Leonard with what looked like an intentional move, stepping under him as he landed, which aggravated Leonard's ankle.
And Leonard goes down again. And he's in pain again in front of the Spurs bench. And Leonard gingerly getting up. Again, that's what they call all the time when you get your feet into the landing space of the shooter.
This incident led to the Zaza Rule, which now allows referees to call flagrant or technical fouls on reckless closeouts that put shooters at risk of injury. And speaking of sneaky moves, let's talk about Kevin Durant. Known as one of the best scorers in NBA history, Durant also pushed the NBA to change its rules with his rip-through move. Durant would swing his arms into defenders to draw shooting fouls, manipulating the rule book to get easy free throws.
So when he was in OKC, he used to get this maybe 4 or 5 times.
But the funny thing is, I don't think there was a foul.
Eventually, the NBA caught on and reclassified the rip-through move as a common foul instead of a shooting foul, reducing the number of free throws Durant could get with it. Then, there's the story of a player who forced rule changes in a totally different way, by smelling so bad his teammates had to intervene.
Adam Morrison would not shower. There was a problem with him not showering. True or false?
True. That was back in the day, though.
Yeah, but how'd this argument go between Gerald Wallace and Adam Morrison?
He told him to get his butt in the shower. He said, you don't take a shower here. That's what he told him to. He said, he kept explaining, I take showers, I'm just going to go home, man. I want to go home and take my own shower in my own house. He said, man, I don't want to hear that, man. Get in there. Hey, he took that shower, I'll tell you that. Ask Gerald Wallace.
Former NBA player Adam Morrison had a notorious reputation for refusing to shower and chewing tobacco during practice. His teammates eventually forced him to shower in the locker room, and to prevent future issues, the NBA implemented stricter hygiene rules. And Morrison wasn't alone. Markieff Morris once had to tell a teammate who refused to use deodorant that he was making it hard for everyone else on the court. He even went as far as buying deodorant kits for teammates. Nobody wants to be guarding someone with poor hygiene, especially not in a high-stakes game. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more NBA stories and updates. Let us know in the comments what you think about these rule changes and which story surprised you the most. And if you want to see more insane NBA moments, check out our next video. One fan even ended up in a fistfight with an NBA player on live TV. You won't want to miss it. See you next time.